Hello, my name is Alex MacDonald. Thank you so much for tuning in my YouTube video. On this video, we'll share 3 reasons to give up viewing pornography. So welcome to my channel. I'm so glad that you're here. I want to encourage you to like, comment, share, subscribe, do all those things, whatever they say in those other videos. Do those things. I'm not going to shamelessly self-promote all the time. And so I just want to get right into this. It's been a while since I had brought up this subject of quitting viewing pornography. I really want to encourage you to give up porn. So I'm just talking like a normal person, mano a mano, man to man. Maybe you're a female watching this, man to sister. I want to encourage you, strongly encourage you to stop viewing pornography. Now I'm going to tell you the truth. When I was 6 years old, I was introduced to it, and then I viewed it on a regular basis for about 27 years. It was in January of 2019 that I decided, due to some circumstances, that I would no longer consume pornography. It was a heartbreaking moment. It was something that was very difficult to deal with, but it was like a breaking point that said that would be the correct decision. And so in this video, I want to give you 3 reasons why you should give up pornography. I took this from an article from Fight the New Drug. They have 50 reasons, and you can go to that article. I'll link it in the comments below, and you can see those 50 reasons. If you go back to my video titled, I gave up a 27-year addiction to pornography, in the comments of that video, I shared almost 100 reasons why I personally want to give it up and have given it up. Now, just to be completely honest with you, there was a time where I went to a website that I shouldn't have gone to, and it was like the scales had fallen off my eyes. I was like, this is so wrong, and I should not be viewing this. And so I have had a relapse, but I did not get gratified from it. I did not feel good about it. I saw how horrible it was and was like, wow, I cannot believe that I was entangled in this. And if you're entangled in it, then there should not be shame around this. But there should be a little bit of sickness from this, because every time you view it, it feels good, gets you high, and then you're done viewing it, and it's like, oh, I feel like crap. And so if you're thinking, I would like to give it up, I want to let you know that there is hope. There's a lot of resources out there, and that it's actually becoming something popular to not view it, because there's a lot of science behind it that says it's very bad for your brain, very bad for your relationships, and very bad for society as a whole. And so here's reason number 1. Reason number 1 to stop viewing pornography is invest in your relationships. There's some doctors named John and Julie Gottman, and they did some research. They wrote about porn, saying intimacy for couples is a source of connection and communication between 2 people. But when one person becomes accustomed to masturbating to porn, they're actually turning away from intimate relationships or intimate interaction. Additionally, when watching pornography, the user is in total control of the sexual experience, in contrast to normal sex, in which people are sharing control with the partner. In summary, we are led to unconditionally conclude that for many reasons, pornography poses a serious threat to couple intimacy and relationship harmony. So, one study showed that those who never viewed pornography reported higher relationship quality on every measure than those who viewed pornography alone. So staying away from porn is a great way to invest in your relationships. I can tell you, a majority of partners would probably say, if my spouse is looking at pornography and pleasuring themselves, they're cheating on me, they're cheating me from that pleasure that they should be having as well. And it's very wrong. It's very harmful to your spouse. And it's very harmful to your future spouse if you're not married. So reason number 2 to give up pornography for good is it prevents sexual dysfunction. So interestingly enough, porn often leads to less sex and less satisfying sex. So if you want amazing sex, give up the porn. Research routinely shows that compulsive pornography consumption is associated with erectile dysfunction and sexual dysfunction for both men and women. There's difficulties with arousal and sexual performance, and decreased sexual satisfaction. Now that doesn't sound very pro-sex, does it? Doesn't even sound good. Like if I read that 10 years ago, maybe it would have helped me. So hopefully you hearing this, it helps you be like, okay, I don't want to decrease my sexual satisfaction by getting a few moments of sexual gratification. I want long-term, amazing sex with my one and only spouse. So reason number 2 is it prevents sexual dysfunction. Now here's reason number 3. And so I went from self to relationship to the big picture. So help stop the demand for sex trafficking. So you should give up pornography because it's funding and pumping up this industry of sex trafficking. So sex trafficking shares a variety of symbiotic connections to pornography. Even in the production of the mainstream porn, where people are consenting to it, sex trafficking can still occur. And it happens more often than most people think. Sex trafficking is legally defined as a situation in which a commercial sex act is induced by force, fraud, or coercion, or in which the other person induced to perform such act has not attained 18 years of age. Manipulation and coercion are unfortunately common in the porn industry, which legally qualifies as sex trafficking. Again, there's no viable way for a consumer to guarantee that the porn they're watching is truly consensual and free of abuse or coercion. As long as there's a demand for porn, especially the kind of porn that is popular today, extreme, abusive, or degrading, the porn industry will continue to exploit the vulnerable people to meet that demand. So you cut off that demand, you cut off that supply, that need to create that supply, and then guess what? The world becomes a better place with less sex trafficking. And so every time you click one of those links to view one of those videos or to see some of those photos, think to myself, I don't want to fund sex trafficking. I don't want to know that I'm a part of the problem in this world. And so one way to fight that is to never go to any of those sites ever again. Never click on any of those links ever again, and never show any demand for any kind of pornography. So if you want to make a better world, you want to have better relationships, you want to be better overall, mentally, spiritually, physically, give up the porn. Now I want to give you one more bonus reason why you should be willing to and committing to giving up pornography for good. Be an influencer, not a follower. So what do I mean by that? The whole world is popularizing looking at pornography and making it normal. Well, how about instead of following along with the world and falling in this trap or jumping off the cliff, then become an influencer. By raising awareness on this important issue, you won't just be another person in the crowd following along, you'll be helping to shift the culture that feeds into a toxic industry. So I want to encourage you with all of my heart, don't be a follower, take a stand, and be the change you wish to see in this world. And so lastly, I want to end on this, is do something you can be proud of. Taking the challenge to give up porn is not always easy, but by quitting porn, you're taking a stand against a dangerous, exploitative industry, and you're building healthier habits for you, yourself, and your relationships. So no matter what your reasons are, you may have 50 other reasons, but giving up porn is definitely something you can be proud of. You got this. So the challenge right now that I'm going to give to you is, if you've been viewing pornography in the last month, then go 2 weeks without viewing it and let me know how you feel. If you're willing to do this, then take a stand today, and it just takes one day at a time. Just, okay, I'm not gonna indulge in that. Okay, I'm not gonna click this link. Maybe even put some kind of protection on your device. I use Ever Accountable. Covenant Eyes is amazing. Have an accountability partner. Find somebody where when you do relapse, you can talk to them, or before you relapse, you can talk to them and say, hey, I'm feeling tempted. Then maybe they'll have an idea for you. But really, what Brene Brown says is, when you bring the gremlins into the light, the gremlins die. And so when I say, hey, I'm feeling shame, I'm feeling guilt, I'm feeling this, then I'm more likely to overcome that and not be entangled by that. And that's something I'm working on, is being more vulnerable, being more communicative with my spouse, with my accountability partners. And I just want to thank my wife, Stephanie. I want to thank Sean. I want to thank Tim and all the other guys like Guy Lepley that have come alongside me, and Kyle Philman, and so many people that have been there on my team because ultimately it's for the kingdom. It's for building up God's kingdom and saving souls. And so when you become that influencer and you choose not to be a follower, then you can lead people to eternal life in heaven. And that's the most important thing, the most incredible thing. So I just want to encourage you on this journey. I want you to know that I believe in you and I love you. So I'll see you at the top. So I'll see you real soon.